All right, we're back with another college football ranking playoff. Um, but before we get started, I just want to give a big, huge thank you to all the veterans who served in the military and who are serving in the military. Thank you guys so much for all the sacrifices you make. Thank you so much for everything you guys do to protect our freedom and to keep our country safe. Without you guys, nobody would be watching YouTube, nobody would be making videos, nobody would be able to have the ability to voice their opinions, and nobody would have a right to their own religion. And without any of you veterans and people who are currently in the armed service, that would not be possible. So a big, huge thank you so much for, again, just all you do for us Americans and for serving. And your sacrifice does not go unnoticed. And you guys are all heroes in my book. And I just want to give a big, huge shout out to all the veterans on this Veterans Day. Thank you so much. It really does mean the world. You guys are the reason why we can do what we can do. And now on to this ranking. We already know who's going to be number one. We're going to be number one, obviously, because we're the best team in college football. We're the undefeated national champions. So this is more about where are the other teams, right? Where do you put Andy in? Andy is on their high horse right now. They're in the top 5. I don't believe that they belong in the top 5. BYU got absolutely wrecked. So what do you do with the BYU? Surely you got to take BYU out of the mix, right? And a top 20 team went down also at the same time. And I think there's one more ranking after this ranking, and then it's the final ranking, if I got that right. I don't know if I got that right or not, but yeah, obviously we're going to be number one. So there's no surprise there whatsoever. And so these are the second rankings. Wow, this season's going by pretty fast, if you ask me. I mean, we're already on the second college football ranking playoff rankings, and these rankings do matter. I know the final one matters, but these do matter because they give you a thought inside that committee room of what they are thinking, right? So, like, especially if they're, like, on your mind, like, hey, if you're a top 12 team, then you're probably going to be on the playoffs. You would want to know that, right? If that's what they're thinking. So these rankings are important, but obviously not more important than the other one. But yeah, Ohio State's fully going to be number one. Rightfully so. There's no reason why we should not be number one. And all the other teams just fall in place. So I'm just kind of seeing where they take the other teams and what have they thought. And how do the games now affect the people's ranking? Like, if you play a team really close and you still win, do you get to still stay in your spot, or do you get, like, the word I'm looking for is slipping my mind, but do you get, like, demonetized? Not demonetized, but, like, do you get that held against you because you played that game so close, but yet you were still able to pull out the dub? I don't know, but we shall see. See how consistent this college football committee can be and will be, hopefully. So, as soon as they just pop them up here, you better root them off and everything. There's a bunch of big games coming on this weekend, but here we go. Top 25, Cincinnati! All right, yeah, good job, Cincinnati. They weren't previously ranked. I believe they belong in the top 25, so there you go, Cincinnati. Now you have a chance to prove to the college football world why you deserve to be in the top 25. And at 24, we got South Florida. Cincinnati's the better team than South Florida. Listen, but I believe that South Florida still has a chance to win the ACC championship because of that loss to Miami, if I'm not mistaken. which I don't think I am, but I could be. But I think Cincinnati is just a better team than South Florida. I think they would beat them in the head-to-head match. But luckily, though, since Cincinnati is in the top 25, they will have chances to move up as teams above them lose. And those teams are with the number 23 spot, Tennessee. Oh, hell, Rocky Top. Woo! Rocky Top, Tennessee. All right. Then above them at 22, you got Pittsburgh. Moved up. Both of those teams moved up 2 spots because of the teams losing in front of them. So I'm fine with either or. Pittsburgh, South. I don't really care about the top 20. Okay, this is about 15 and up. All right, in my book. If you're below 15 down, your chances of making playoffs are like almost slim to none. But I mean, yeah, you still got a chance, but the odds are not in your favor. And Iowa, with a 6-3 record, is at 21, and they got down a lot. So I didn't even pay attention to Iowa, honestly. So I'm guessing that they lost the game last week. I don't know that for sure because, again, I wasn't really paying attention. But for whatever the reason, they got moved down. So we'll see how they shift all these teams together. And at 20, who is down 5 spots because they did lose, Louisville is still in the top 25. So, hey, there's 2 teams from Ohio in the top 25. One school from Ohio, and Louisville's obviously from Kentucky, but I still got family in Kentucky, so hey, good for those 2 teams right there. But did move down from 5 spots. Then you got Virginia at an 8-2 record. They also moved down from 5 spots. So the top 15 is going to be probably somewhat different, if not totally different. Then you got that team up north at 18. Listen, we don't give a damn about the whole state of Michigan. Okay, hey, they're going down. They're going down. Down to Chinatown. They're going down. Hey, they're going down, though. They got that. You already know. I don't even have to say what's coming up next. Y'all already know. The biggest rivalry in college football. And we will get the dub over that terrible football team that lives up north, where gas is expensive. But at 17, you got USC. And then at 16, you got Georgia Tech. No, USC being at number 17, not really sold on USC, but I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't think they're going to make it move. I mean, I guess they still have a chance, right? If teams lose up in front of them, I guess. So, moving up 3 spots, Miami. Even though, listen, Miami's breaking out the top 15 now. I don't think Miami belongs in the top 15. Put them down below 15. Put them at 16, 17, whatever you want. But Miami's just not that team. But, because of the teams ahead of them, they still have a chance to get into the playoffs. So, hey, maybe Miami fans, keep your fingers crossed. That's one thing about being a Ohio State fan. I don't have to worry if we're going to make the playoffs. I know we're going to make the playoffs. That's the big difference between Miami fans and Ohio State fans. We don't have to worry. We already know. And then at number 14, Vanderbilt. Why are they still in the top 15? They've already been proven to not even be in top 15. They should be below 15, okay? But then at 13, you got Utah. I don't really care about Utah, so yeah, sure. Put them at the 13th spot. What do I care for, okay? Utah, even if they get in, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to lose the first round. So, yeah, whatever. I guess let's leave them there. But we have not seen BYU, and BYU definitely does not deserve to be in the top 10. They don't even deserve to be in the top 15. Put them at like 20 or below, bro. BYU just keeps getting bailed out by the football committee. I don't know why they love BYU so much. So I hope I don't. They shouldn't be in the top 10 for sure. Yeah, okay, so there is BYU. They went down 5 spots. Listen, they only got 1 loss, but their loss is terrible, and it's an ugly loss. They didn't even show up for that game. They had 1 loss. So, yeah, they round out the top 7. So, if this was the final ranking, BYU would squeeze in there. And we know another team that's already in there, freaking Notre Dame. And at number 11, you got Oklahoma. Okay. Oklahoma has a big game coming up against Alabama. So, if they don't beat Alabama, they're going to be out. They already have 2 losses. You ain't getting in with 3 losses, Oklahoma. I'm sorry. There's just better teams than you out there, especially with your 3. But if they can beat Bama, what's to say? But they got to beat Bama if they want to stay in, though. If they lose to Bama, you're out. And then at number 10, rounding up number 10 is Texas. Texas also has a big game coming up. They're playing Georgia. If they lose, they also should be out with their 3 losses. So right now, Texas this week coming up, Texas and Oklahoma, they're both playing for a playoff spot, basically. And they got to win every one of their games, throughout the rest of the season. But not a lot of games left. So they're going to have to win their games this weekend, or else they should be out of there. Because, listen, there's better teams with better records than just 3. And there's teams out there with a better record than just not a 3-team loss. You know what I mean? Then, of course, at number 9, you got Notre Dame. Boo. Notre Dame, yeah, they're no... Notre Dame always seems to get into the playoff, and it's actually kind of annoying. I don't like seeing Notre Dame in the playoffs every year. It's kind of annoying, honestly. They're just like that team that won't go away. But then at number 8, you got Oregon. Okay, Oregon's not going to do anything special this season. Then above them, you got Ole Miss, who went down 1. I don't know why Ole Miss is still in the top 7. Then at number 6, you got Texas Tech being 9-1. Whatever. I guess you can have Texas Tech there. Whatever. But then you got Oregon. I think Oregon's a better team than them. So I don't know why we can't just rotate those ones. But okay. Who's UFC played and who have they beaten? Yeah, so whatever it is, what it is. We're just going to take these teams and win a national championship anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Because we're repeating ourselves, baby. We're repeating. Let's go. Write it down. You'll see Ohio State versus somebody in the national championship. Who that somebody is, I don't know. Who do I hope it is? I don't really care. We'll take on anybody. But then round up the top 5, you got Georgia. Then you got Alabama. That's a real interesting spot. Texas, Oklahoma. They play both of those teams this weekend. There's going to be good games to watch. Then, of course, you got Texas A&M. They're still undefeated. I'm fine with them, but then Indiana's too. And then you got the best team in college football, of course, the Ohio State Buckeyes. I don't believe Indiana is the top 5 team, let alone the top number 2 team. Sure, should they get some recognition for their undefeated season? Yeah, probably. They probably deserve to be at number 11 if you ask me. They don't really belong in the top 10. Yeah, sure, you can put them at 11 for all the little hard work that they do. But, I guess they are undefeated. But wig whoop, who have they played? Who have they beaten? They haven't played anybody yet. And, of course, obviously, the best team in college football is at number 1. We all knew that was going to happen. So, no surprise there. But, listen, I'm really hoping that Indiana makes the Big Ten championship game because I want to knock them off their high horse and just beat them to the ground where they will know where their place is in college football because right now they are just riding high to the sky. And oh man, after we get through that team up north, Okay, that terrible football team up from the team north. I don't even know how they're ranked top 25. Okay, they don't even belong nowhere near the top 25. But we're gonna beat them, and then because I really believe that this is our season to beat them. So I hope that we beat them. I think we'll beat them. But do I know that we'll beat them? I'll say no, only because it seems like that's Ryan Day's kryptonite. So hopefully he's able to get out there because I do not want to lose to that team up north. Again, it would be absolutely embarrassing, even with winning the national championship. I want to beat that team! So, yeah, we'll see, but chances are we're gonna meet Indiana in that Big Ten championship game, and we're just gonna we're just gonna let Indiana know, like, hey, okay, it's your fun time's over, all right. So will Indiana make the playoffs even with one loss? Yes, but with two losses, I don't know if they deserve to get in with two losses. That's just me being honest, but I guess time will tell. Time will see. Other than those things that I said about the rankings, I'm fine with it. I hope Notre Dame really loses a game. I'm going to be rooting so hard for the opponent that they are going to be playing this weekend, dude. And so on. Just every opponent that they play from here on out, I hope they beat them because I don't want to see Notre Dame in the college football playoffs again. I just really don't. That's one team that we've seen them multiple times in the playoffs, yeah, but like they just always lose. Their games are boring. Oh man, and there's just not even no conference. There's a team that's out there floating. Oh man, and I just hope they lose because I really believe if Notre Dame takes a loss, and then you got, if you have 3 losses on the season, I don't think you should get in. So every game is a must-win game for those teams, especially because, if you lose, you should be done for the playoffs hope and everything else. But it would set up in it. See, Oregon versus Notre Dame. I don't want to see that game. Nobody wants to see that game, dude. Please take Notre Dame. Give another team that spot. Gosh. I would hate to see that game, Oregon versus Notre Dame. That game would be so bad to watch. I don't even want to see Oregon make the playoffs. Why are they getting special treatment, man? I want to see some different teams in there. Man, I don't even know. I would just like to see that. If you get 3 losses, you should be done. Hopefully, the college football committee agrees with me and everything, but yeah, no surprise at us being number 1. We're going to be number 1 going into next week as well, and hopefully we're going to be number 1 leading into the final ranking college football in it. But even if we were somehow, I'm not going to put that out into the universe. I'm going to zip it, lock it, and throw it away. All right, but because I'm not going to be jinxing us or anything like that. But, yeah, that's the college football ranking playoffs. Again, just thank you to everyone who has fought or served in the military in any type of way. Thank you guys for everything you have sacrificed. Thank you for so much that you do for this country, keeping it safe, making sure that we're able to keep our freedoms because of your sacrifice and your courage. And you guys are all heroes, and I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. They probably don't hear that enough. If you guys ever seen a guy when you're out and about with a wore that hat on, just say thank you. I mean, it's a small gesture, but it really does mean a lot. Just acknowledging what that person has sacrificed and done for the country, and it probably means a lot to them. Just a simple thank you. And that's why I'm saying all the vets today, thank you so much for all your sacrifice and everything you have done for this country. You guys are all heroes. And I have zero, other than those problems I pointed out. I don't know. I mean, this the second ranking, so we only got like 2 left, I believe. And so, yeah, it's going to be an exciting weekend for football. That's for sure. And with that, guys, I will see you guys in the. Wait. Is it in or on? My catchphrase. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one.